Hello guys. I made this website to help me scrap data from Google Maps. Um, I wanted to have a tool to easily scrap on Google Maps, but most of the tools were not working, or they were not free. So I decided to make one, but my perfectionism got the best of me, so I went a little bit wild and made an entire website. So yeah, so this is how it works. You just, for example, you are searching for, you are targeting a restaurant in London, or I don't know, Paris, or Berlin. You just come here. You can see I already tried to make some research search. Yes, you come here and let's search for restaurant in New York. Restaurant. Yes, let's say restaurant at Denver. Yes, in Denver. Let's make it English. In Denver. So you have the possibility to scrap uh, by by applying some filter. For example, you can filter only the restaurant that have a phone number listed in the Google Maps, or you can uh, go with a restaurant that don't have a phone number. I don't know why you would do that, but it's here. You also have other possibility. For example, in my case, I needed people with phone numbers and people who don't have websites, because I'm a web designer and I try to make them buy my services. You can filter by rating or reviews. For example, maybe you think restaurant or listings without review are not credible enough for you. You can add this, or I leave this alone. I No address, I don't care. Phone number, I do care. And website. And then you come here, you start scrapping and it will do its thing. It's starting. Normally you can't see the backend what he's doing, but I can show you exactly what he's doing. It come here, it open a browser internally, like in the background, and it start scrapping. I hope it work, because Google generally change their selector, but so far I'm winning. It's a fight against a billion-dollar company, but their detector are pretty annoying. But so far it's working. Yes, but by the time you see this video, I might probably put this website on its own domain, so that you guys can use it freely. I put some limitation like tokens, but I don't know if I will really make it I don't know, how do you say it in English? I think it will stay free, but I'm not sure, because the server are I'm hosting it on my own VPS, so it's a little bit annoying. But I put a little bit. This will reset itself like in an hour or so. But yeah, it's scrapping. It started scrapping. It started scrapping. It will go in each result and uh, scrap everything you need. Right now it's keeping the I don't know, the result that doesn't match the filters, so it will skip it. It will keep it. uh, Maybe I shouldn't have applied for the filter for the demonstration. I don't think I will get any restaurant in Denver without a website. It will be really hard, but hey, it's still going and still going. If it if it if it found one, it will say it here. Here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but yeah, it will say it. But you guys aren't supposed to see this. This will run in the background. Yeah, it's taking too much time. Let's stop it and try another some. Let's say any result, and it will be easier to get data this way. So yeah, it will start again. Restaurant in Denver. Navigate into Google Maps. It will do this in the background. Yeah, checking for consent screen. This is very annoying, but it's working so far. It will start. I will stop it once we get 2 or 3 results, and so that I can show the rest of the process. Mhm. Yeah, scroll. I will. Uh, at the beginning, I didn't need to use this. I didn't need an interface, but I could just use it in a terminal. But I hate terminals. They are very. I always make mistakes with terminals, so I decided to make an interface. But yeah, I went pretty crazy on that. Still, it's still going. It will scroll all the way down to load all the results. Because yeah, Google they are annoying. Now it's done. It will start scrapping each of the results one by one. I see past the lead filters, mercantile, Rioja, Linger. They are all added in the leads. Now, if you are happy with it, you can just end it and save it. Great. Here you have your result with their phone numbers, their type, their address, ratings, reviews. I even added a competitor data. Uh, I will explain to you later why I need this, but I added this. Also added, it will also calculate the time zone. You can see it right now, but if I do this, let's say I do the JSON, or I don't know how to pronounce this, but here, if I do this and I come here, yes, you can see the time zone. I need this for later. You can see also the plus code. Yeah, yes, you can have a lot of things. But let's say you want to save it on your Google Sheet. You want to save it on your Google Sheet. I will show you. Let me connect on my Google Sheet first. I will connect in here. Let me pause the video first. Okay, now that I'm connected on my Google Plus, I just need the Google spreadsheet ID and the table names. I have it in here. As you can see, I already tested it. I spent days testing it, so it's working. I can delete this to just show you guys how it's work. How do I delete this? I'm pretty awful at Google Sheet. Okay, I deleted it. I think it is good. I'm scared a little bit, but here. Okay, let's say I'm connected on my Google Sheet. Here I added this, but this isn't functional. I have to tweak it a little bit later. But if you come here, you have your result here. You have a result. You can save it to Google Sheet, and it will save it. But let's say that you already made the same research, and let's say there are duplicates. You don't want them to mess up your Google Sheet data. You don't, for example, you don't want garden grass twice on your data. So let's say you try to save it again. It will detect the duplicate and skip them. So you won't save it twice. I think it is pretty cool. So let's say you have your history. You can come here, your all the results, download them, or I don't know, save them to Google Sheet. I'm not sure if that button is working. I'm just saying I have to test it again. Yeah, you can do it, etc. It's very easy. So after I save it to Google Sheet, let's say I save it here in Google Sheet. I use anyway, and all this is self-hosted. I self-host all of my. I use open source data, open source apps for all of my process generally, because I it's better that way. So let's say you save it on your Google Sheet, and you can like I have this any and with an workflow. It will detect it automatically. Right now it's not working, but it should detect it automatically, and then save it in my ERP next, which is my CRM. And let me search that quickly. ERP. It will save it automatically in my ERP next, and then yeah, with all the come on, it's also self-hosted. Like I am hosting this on my own VPS. So when if I go to leads, yeah, lead list, it will mostly save it here. Like they were, you see the one that I just so the workflow is working. The one that I just scraped are now in here in my leads. This app is completely free. The RPNX is completely self-hosted. So yeah, if you guys want, I can make tutorials for on how I made all of this. So you can have your leads, their numbers, their Google Maps, their everything. And yeah, the time zone I have to configure it in the workflow, because the time when I made this, there were no time zone field. So yeah, I have to make it later. So after it save it in my Google Sheet, I use another workflow. This one, I think, yeah, this one will trigger, let's say every day at 9 a.m., and then it will get the leads on my CRM. It will check the statue. It will check if there is some phone number. Then it will filter it. It will check the time zone. This is where the time zone come in handy. This node will check the time zone and check if the target is callable at that time, because I don't want to call people in the middle of the night. So I want to make sure that they are called, for example, in this one, they are called between uh, 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So if it doesn't, let me do set. I don't know if it's working right now, but yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working. It's kind of working. Let's say if it's the case, like let's say if the person is callable at the time, like my time zone and their time zone match, so it will continue. But if it doesn't match, it will rerun this one. It's a little bit more complicated, but yes, I can make separate tutorials to to the to explain you how it works. So yeah, if it's the right time to call the person, this AI will generate the 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 Vapi. I'm using Vapi for AI calls to generate the script for the calls. So this node is just cleaning up. Yeah, my English is awful, but yeah, it will use this script